and they've been moved again, and they will not move until Friday. I promise. Maybe even Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna feel it on Friday.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to Thursday, everybody. I'm going to say something different than I am in the store. Today's store, I am. And as the store, I'm going to be adding pieces, and I might be picking orders, although Evan might be doing that. I'm honestly not too sure. But primarily today, I'm going to be finishing off what I did not finish yesterday in terms of the minifig accessories, and I'm going to be adding cases. And that's probably pretty much it. I'm not sure exactly what category down here I'm going to do first. I might do hair. Yeah, I'll do hair. It has been decided. So, yeah, I'm going to get that set up, and then I will see y'all in a bit. Alright guys, it's time for today's customer rant. Although it's not really a rant today, this is more talking to sellers, I guess, in regards to how you guys handle your cancellations. Something that we see a lot is a buyer who's brand new to the platform, like made their account a couple days ago, will place an order with us requesting invoice, and then we will invoice them, and they won't like the shipping price that they got, and they will request to cancel. For brand new accounts, I usually chalk this up to just not understanding how BrickLink works, because as we all know, BrickLink has barely been updated since 2000 and whatever, so it can be a bit hard to navigate. And there's this request for quote, and then this request for invoice. So typically, if the buyer emails us, reaches out to us, and is polite, I will typically go and cancel the order. But according to the terms and conditions of BrickLink, it's not actually a valid reason for canceling an order. I mean, the seller can cancel it for any reason, right, if it hasn't been paid. So we can agree. But from the buyer's perspective, it's technically not a valid reason. There's two invalid reasons. I have it open here. The buyer no longer wants the items. This is the most common example which BrickLink does not consider to be valid. Or number two, the buyer found items cheaper somewhere else. So those are the two reasons that it's not okay to cancel an order. But usually we go ahead and cancel it anyway. And in this particular case, someone reached out to us, brand new account, zero feedback, and they said, make sure I accidentally don't read the username. A seller provided a shipping fee that was too high. The shipping cost is way over my budget. Sorry, I have to cancel it. And then I basically responded with, I'll abbreviate this because I typed out a pretty long thing, but I see your account's brand new, so I'll gladly go ahead and cancel the order. I don't want your first experience on BrickLink to be negative. And then I explain the terms and conditions. I link them to it. I say, you can see the terms under link to help article. In order to get exact pricing of shipping before making an order, you can submit a quote request, and I link them on how to do that. And then I finish it with, I realize that BrickLink can oftentimes be difficult to navigate. Enjoy your time in our community on the platform, smiley face. I was just wondering how you guys handle this. Obviously, it would be a bit different if they sent us a really rude email. But the way I look at it is most people, especially brand new buyers, probably just don't understand, especially if there's a language barrier. Which happens a lot. And then number two, if we force them to go through with the order, they're just going to leave a negative feedback, and they might not even, want the pieces, or it might turn into a PayPal chargeback, and PayPal, never sides with us. Even when they do side with us, they still don't side with us. So, yeah, just wondering, leave in the comments down below. This has been a very long little rant here, but how you guys handle this similar situation, because I've got to say it probably happens, it's got to be close to once a week now. It used to be fairly rare, but it seems to happen maybe once every 2 weeks, but it definitely happens a lot. So, yep, that has been today's customer service adventure. I haven't read all of the emails yet, so maybe I'll be back in a second.
Hello, I'm in the store to pack orders. Unfortunately, very, very sad. There are only 3 orders to pack today, as of right now. It is 9 a.m., which is only, it's not even 60 lots. It's 54 lots for 3 orders. It's so sad. So that's what I'm going to start my morning with, and then I will figure out what to do after that.
I've got some bad news, folks. I'm labeling the last of the small drawers that we have available. I pulled them off. I've got them over here. I guess rotating around would actually be helpful. I've got them down here. I'm going to be labeling these now, and then that's going to be it. We are going to be out of small drawers. Now, we can put more units up here, 2 more. Those we'll buy at some point in the near future. But we are consuming drawers at an alarming rate, and with sales not being great this month, it is definitely a problem. Not just because we're filling up space, but because we're not clearing drawers to be able to add into those. So we're only able to add into new full empties, which is kind of the worst case. We like to reserve those for categories where we're going to need lots of full drawers one after another, but instead I'm having to use some of them for little itsy bitsy pieces and stuff. Something that's probably going to happen the next couple days is I'm going to start doing, this is going to be a bad example, but basically going down the aisleway. It's a huge waste of time, but we have to get drawers. So going basically down the aisle, pulling each drawer and checking if there's space, and then reassigning. It's kind of a last resort option, so I'll give it a couple more days to hope sales pick up. Because, like I said, it's the least efficient method to clear drawers. It's way better that pieces sell, because then the labor involved in clearing the drawers is paid for by those orders, rather than just kind of being wasted. And you might say, well, if sales aren't doing good and pieces aren't moving, why waste the effort at all? And that is because we are going to be paying contractors to process pieces regardless of whether sales are good or not. And the merchandise, once it's been processed by contractors and it comes back in the cases, I don't know if I've shown a case yet this week, but here's a case. When the merchandise comes back from catalogers, if it just sits in the cases for weeks because we don't have any drawers available, then it doesn't have any possibility to earn the money that we spent on it. And also, one of the biggest drivers of sales is going to be the diversity pieces and the frequency of additions. So that's why it's worth it to go drawer by drawer and reassign with that method. But like I said, it's the worst possible case. So I'll probably give it another day or 2 to hope sales pick up and we can clear drawers naturally before I not waste my time, but spend my time less efficiently reassigning that way. So, yep, labeling the last ones, and I'll catch up with you in just a minute. All right, I am now getting started on, what is this? Droid slash skeleton slash, I guess, a creeper stuff here. These are going to be worth a lot more built. Unfortunately, I don't see a ton of torso pieces for the B1s, so success might be limited here, but ideally I will build as many as possible, and in order to do that, I am going to sort it into, I guess, subcategories, because most of this is just going to get added as individual parts. There's no way I'm going to be able to consume all of these figures. So, what am I saying? Consume all these figures. So I'm going to, put them all together, and we'll see what happens and what it's worth. The one I uploaded earlier that I started the vlog with was worth $162, and then I also did torsos. I forgot to film a segment for that. These are the leftovers that didn't have arms, but I did torsos, and that was only worth like $54. So I'm hoping this is worth more, but we'll see.
All right, everyone, it's the afternoon now, and I am continuing or starting the second pass on the minifig parts category thing. So this is kind of what I'm doing. This might have been a non-sellable. This is my cup of magnifying glasses, although I don't think I've been pulling them all out, so I'm not sure. We got these things. I don't remember what those are called, but we'll put those away. We got all our lightsaber handles, the candle things, specifically that mold of that piece, whatever that's called, plates that are in here, telescopes, food pieces. This started as like cups and things, and then it kind of expanded into any sort of container category thing. This is like weapons that are sharp, like knives and swords and stuff. These are guns or things that shoot. Could also be like a bow and arrow. These are flags. This was stupid. These are these little sack things. In the first scoop that I did of it, there were these three here. So I thought there were going to be a lot. And then since then, and I've done that much, which is like, I don't know, an eighth of a bin, there's only been one more. So that's sad. This is balls. And then, oh yeah, that is it. So that's what I'm working on now. I doubt I'll finish this tonight. But yeah, so this was pretty close to full. So I'm actually proud of the progress I've got through it. Maybe about a quarter or a fifth of the way through it. I expect to get about halfway through this tonight, or by the end of tonight, but I probably won't get all the way. Yeah. The good thing, though, is what we cataloged for the other stuff, like the minifig pieces and animals and stuff, I believe is close to $2,500 worth. Obviously, that's probably where a lot of the value is, but considering there's still so much more in here, that's really good. And we're over 19,500 lots now from this category mostly, so very, very exciting.
Alrighty, folks, it's the end of the day for me, at least. This last BSX is 235. This contains all of the droid parts. Unfortunately, I was only able to build a couple figures here, you can see, worth like 25 bucks, which is unfortunate. I was hoping I could build more, but that's all I got. So, yeah. But the whole thing's 235. So, going to be uploading this, and then I'll be done for the day. Good morning, everybody. I am in a different spot today, and I am in the store. So I threw in some extra words for today's opening. But today is Friday, good old Friday, and I am doing stuff in the store, apparently. I just finished doing customer service in the morning. No big issues. I also responded to YouTube comments. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Basically, I did customer service and responded to YouTube comments. Now I'm going to be getting started on uploading some stuff. I'm going to be finishing the minifig accessories little thing and doing cases. Yesterday, I spent most of the day alternating between doing minifig accessories and doing cases. I kind of just alternate between them. I personally am not the kind of person who can just sit down and do the same task for 8 hours straight. I like to split it up and, do something for an hour and then switch tasks and do something else for an hour. I guess it's less efficient, but so long as it still gets done, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully I can get the rest of the minifig accessories done here pretty quickly. There's not that much left. It's basically just space helmets and capes, so yep. Alright guys, I'm getting started on heads now. Let me flip the camera around. Alright, I'm working on heads. So these are partially heads that came from down here, but it's also heads that pre-existed and we already had sorted out. But I'm just gonna start by doing the super common ones. There's not a ton of heads here. Even, with these, there's not a ton, so I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit and the ones that I recognize. I already did these pineapples, but there's going to be lots of those that, there are some heads that I just know. Let's see if I can grab one here. These are super common. So I'm just going to go like that, and, yeah, just kind of go, and we'll see what happens.
Alright, so it's about 1 o'clock or so. Yep, just about 1 o'clock. And I've almost completed all the minifig parts for the second pass. You can see the bottom of the bin. There's maybe 1 inch or so level across worth of parts. It's really difficult for me to finish that for some reason. All the small parts fell at the bottom, and now it's taking forever. And I'm like, no longer, I don't know, I can't focus on it right now. But this is what we have. So swords, guns, flags, plates, tons of these things. And then we actually have extras over here of kind of container pieces, swords and sharp objects, and then guns and things that shoot. So I'll be done with this pretty soon, and then I'm going to take the weekend off. And we're out of drawers, so I'm not sure if Paul is going to be able to catalog this tonight or tomorrow at all. But at least it is sorted, or continuously being sorted, and we're almost done with the second pass. And then you can see this is relatively empty compared to where it was. So this was, at the beginning, this was more than a bin, almost a bin and maybe a bin and a quarter to a bin and a half, somewhere in there. And now we're down to 3/4 of a bin. So volume-wise, we're about halfway done. Piece count-wise, I don't think we're anywhere near done. But, yep, I'm just going to finish this up. And then Paul, actually, I think he wanted to show you this, but he is starting to B-sort basic Technic. You can see we have more than half a bin full of this, which is more than we've ever filled up. We usually don't try to get that high. So, yep. So this will add a lot of pieces to the inventory. Okay, so I was really, really excited because I finished, and look, there's only like about a half a bin here, and then I realized I have all these little bags. And unfortunately, these, at least from what I can see, have like bananas in them, so I assume there's a lot of food pieces in there. So I'm going to empty these out, slowly go through them, just make sure I pull out all the bananas and chicken wings and or turkey legs and croissants and all that stuff, and then and hopefully fill this up a little bit more because it's a little sad. I was hoping for more food stuff. Other than that, I am all done, and they're all piled up over there, so Paul can catalog. Yep. Here's Paul.
Hi.
That was far faster than I expected. Mostly just yellow bananas in there, a couple hot dogs, and that was pretty much it.
Hey there, guys. It is 5:30-ish, and I'm basically done for the day. Here's what I have sorted out for Technic. There's still a lot left down here, but Evan seems to have disappeared somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. I have not seen him for quite some time, so I'm going to call it a day and be back in tomorrow morning. Joyous morning, folks. Today I am in the house, not in the store. I will be in the store in a little bit, but it's rather chilly out, so I am taking shelter in the house. Or at least it's chilly for California. I don't actually know what temperature it is, but for California it's cold. So I am currently in the house working on Technic, which I left off on last night. In a little bit I will go in the garage and process orders, that kind of stuff. And if there's drawers available, I will be adding. If not, I won't, which sucks, but we'll have to wait and see. And you guys will have to wait and see. And this is also the last day of the vlog. So I will have to figure out something to do for the outro because Evan is still not here.
Paul did not figure out something to do for the outro, so here is the outro. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.